Hello, everyone. I know this is a little bit different look here. Trying to get my camera, what I thought would have been in the right place, but I'm a little sitting down, slouching today. How is everybody? Holy cats. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. How are you? I'm going to go back over here and click on my YouTube. I'm going to do something a little bit different. Well, not really necessarily different today. I want to talk to you today about about scarcity mindset and about abundance mindset and the differences between the two. And well, Gemini, you're not even on the camera today. The differences between the two and how we can know, if we've got remnants of living in one as opposed to living in another. And then how we can then make sure my levels are good. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, I assume you can. Sorry. And then also begin to live in an abundant mindset. Okay? How we can begin to live in an abundant mindset. So what I'm going to do is stop. Oh my gosh, my cat. Okay, we're going to go over to the presentation. All right. Scarcity versus abundance. Which mindset do you have? Which mindset are you operating in, right? And we're going to talk about identifying those, clarifying how to get in or out. Get in if you're in a scarcity mindset, how to get out, and if you're in an abundance mindset, how to stay there, right? How to achieve it and stay there, and then how to prosper. Sorry about that, guys. So, and how to prosper. So let's get right in it. All right. I am going to get to the next slide, and then I'm going to pop myself back up in here. Here we are. And we're going to put ourselves back up in. All right, here we go. I want you to always remember this. This is something that this is actually, I'm not narcissistic, but this is a quote. One of the things that I say that I live by, okay? I want you to always remember that where faith grows, abundance flows. Where faith grows, abundance flows. So keep your vision in front of you, because the more you keep your vision in front of you and you see that vision and you begin to realize you can have that vision, the greater it is the chance that you'll have that vision, right? You will create what you do see. Sorry, guys. Hang on one second. And Miss Kitty Cat just continues to go on. Okay, what is a scarcity mindset? What is it really? The scarcity mindset, and to realize if this is you, a scarcity mindset basically puts a limit on everything. Okay? It puts a limit on what resources or items or what have you are available to you at any given time. So it's the belief that would say, well, there's only so much money available in the world. There's only so many jobs, right? There's a finite number of jobs, and there's a finite number of jobs that I might be qualified for. And we'll talk a little bit more about what this does to you and how it affects your mindset later on. But there's only so many jobs. There's only so much money. There's only so many people in this world. And I've probably already met all the partners that I'm going to meet. And there's nobody else for me. There's only so many or so much. There's some limited, finite belief surrounding everything that is within your life, your incarnation at this moment. And whether or not you can actually achieve and or grab a hold of that, whether or not you can access those resources, those finances, all of that. So there's a limited belief in what you can do and what you can achieve. Only so much. So if any area in your life right now, if you think about it, if you think about it right now, just take a moment to think. Do you have this belief, right, that you've got a finite amount of resources in some way, shape, form, or fashion? And what is we'll talk about what that does to you, but I want you to think about that. I want you to think about, is there something that you have wanted to do, wanted to accomplish, wanted to buy, wanted to achieve, wanted to do in some way? However, there was a limitation that ended up being placed upon you, right? You wanted to do such and such, but you didn't have the money. You wanted to go for this job, this particular job that you saw that was listed, but you didn't have 1, 2, or 3 of the qualifications. So you felt like there was no way, or what you perceived were the needed qualifications. So you didn't think there's any way you could go for it. Maybe you've had repeated or numerous failed relationships. And so now you're like, oh my gosh, maybe you've dated, like, I don't want to pick on my Sagittarians, but maybe you dated 2 Sagittarians in your life, and because both of them turned out to be like crap, or you've dated 2 Cancerians and both of them determined to be like crap, then you can't, you don't want to date anyone else in that realm. What? Sorry, gang. I had a visitor. Okay, so there's only so much, so many people, so many people, right? And because of that, then we are in a position, then we begin to put ourselves in this position where we can't access anything more, right? We feel like there's no more available. Okay? There's no more available. So let's move on to the next. I really apologize for that interruption. What if you're in scarcity mindset thinking, though? If you're operating this mindset, these are the things that you will have. You will have limiting beliefs on what you can have or can achieve. So you're going to put a ceiling, glass, concrete, lead, I don't know, and don't care what it's made out of, but you're going to put a ceiling, a level, onto a cap as to what you can do based upon what you don't have. Because you're going to focus on what you don't have rather than what you do have. What does that mean? That means, for instance, if somebody next door to you, and I'm not saying that you're jealous of them or whatever, I'm just talking, okay? So don't get offended. So let's just say, okay, that your neighbor buys this new car and you'd been eyeing this model and this make of car for forever, right? You've been eyeing it, and they bought it, and you guys are in similar situations or what have you. And what ends up happening is that you find out that they bought it and that the price for it ends up being, they're paying like $400 or $500 a month for the car payment or whatever. And they're like, oh, and it was in the color blue that you wanted. And they tell you, oh man, there's not another one on the lot, and it was like, this is gonna it was cost me $400 or $500, and now you don't know, because you don't know what their credit was like, you don't know what they put down, you don't know anything, and you don't know that maybe three cities away, or in another car lot or another dealership, that there's another blue car exactly like that. But instead of saying, oh, well, let me go and see if I can get one, the scarcity mindset says, dang it, that was the last one on the lot. I couldn't have afforded it anyway, because I don't have an additional $400 or $500 a month for a car payment. I didn't get there fast enough. I didn't get to them, and I'm not going to be able to get it. The scarcity mindset doesn't look at, I immediately went to the abundant mindset, right? The scarcity mindset doesn't look at that there's a possibility for getting more, or that that's not the only one, or that right now what you have as income doesn't cover $400 or $500. It just says you don't have this, there isn't this, and there isn't enough for you. Babe, I said no. Now, you will have subconscious thoughts when you see others succeed that you can't succeed. You'll see other people make it. You'll see other people launch their business. And I'm kind of specifically talking to especially those of you that want to be entrepreneurs or want to get into doing more in the light worker realm. You don't want to walk out your purpose that way, feel called to this sort of work. And a lot of times what I hear is a concern that you're not going to earn the money, a concern that you're not going to be able to afford any of the training that you may want to take, any of the classes you may want to take, a concern that you see everybody else doing it. I hear this all the time. There's so many tarot readers on YouTube. There are a ton. There are a lot. There are a lot that specialize in love. There are a lot that don't. There are a lot that specialize in manifestation and don't. There's a lot that specialize in pick a cards. You name it, they got it, right? Now, does that mean that you can't be a successful tarot reader on YouTube? If you're in the scarcity mindset, then that is what that would mean. You would see other people and say, well, I don't even have a channel yet. They've been on here for years. They've got hundreds of thousands, maybe 1 million subscribers. They've got 22,000. They've got 25,000. They've got 10,000. There's no way I could ever do that because there's so many and the market's flooded, saturated, right? And it could be anything. But your immediate subconscious thought when someone says to you, gives you an opportunity to do something new that you've expressed at some point in time that you wanted to do, your immediate thought process is immediately going to go to, I can't do that. You could do that, but I can't do that. Because you're going to believe, you will be believing, or you might believe right now, deep down, that your dream life is a distant possibility. Not a close reality, a distant possibility. And you will feel that now just isn't the right time repeatedly. In other words, every time you're offered with something that should be the right time, you're going to always feel like it's never the right time. Ever. Over and over and over again. Now, I don't know if this sounds familiar to anybody. Does this sound familiar to anybody that's watching right now? Does this, put, I don't know, put a heart in here. I'm still in love with you. Put a heart in here. Put a check mark in here. Put a yes in here. Put a 1 in the chat if this sounds familiar to you. Right? Is this where you're at, where repeatedly over and over and over again, it just feels like you don't achieve your dreams, that your dreams don't come true, and it's just not the right time for something to happen? Now, if that's you, I want you to understand that a scarcity mindset creates more scarcity. I want you to understand that your subconscious and your conscious and your heart minds are all working together continually to create exactly what you are focusing on 24/7, 365 to infinity, because you're an infinite being. You're an infinite being. Now you might say, Lisa, so the subconscious mind, pretty sure you understand that. Did you know that 95% of your thoughts every moment of every day are subconscious in nature? You are having subconscious thoughts. Even while you're having conscious thought, you're having subconscious thoughts. Your mind is going all the time. That subconscious mind is actually your energetic body, your energetic being, and it's going all the time. And should I say, the subconscious mind interacts with the energetic being on a regular basis. So here it goes, da, 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 da. And the mind, the conscious mind, is consistently taking everything you see, hear, feel, taste, touch, what happens to you and everything, and it's recording it, and then it's storing it back in that subconscious mind. And then, kind of like on your computer, where, I don't know if you've ever done a defrag on your computer, where you have to defrag it because the files get kind of jumbled and little pieces get put everywhere. Well, that's kind of what your mind does. And it'll take a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit here, and it thinks it's putting it all back in the right spot. But left to its own devices, it's going to be like, yo, this was bad. And this incident was just like this one 5 years ago, that one 10 years ago. And you remember when you were a baby, this happened to you? So, it reconstructs everything, and it consistently is a replay in the back of your mind. So you got to get control of that subconscious mind. We'll talk about that. And what's your heart mind? Well, did you know that your heart actually has neurons of its own, and it has independent thought? So every emotion you feel gets registered in your heart cells. And every emotion that you take in, and when you feel it and you exude it, it's registered here. Your heart has a mind of its own. And you know that if you've ever fallen in love or gotten into a relationship with somebody that you know good and gosh darn well you shouldn't be in a relationship with. That's the creation process. Your imagination, so that's the crown chakra, right? The crown chakra symbol. The third eye chakra symbol. That's the imagination. The imagination process. Imagination, plus thought plus belief equals creation. I'm busy. Can you go upstairs with Sissy? I'm so sorry. Hold on. Now, they haven't been down here all day. My grandbabies ain't been down here all morning long. Bah! Okay, anyway. Imagination, your third eye, your vision. Remember I said earlier to keep your vision in front of you? What are those visions, right? The visions, the dreams, the thoughts, the hey, this is gonna, this is really what I want to do in my life. Those things that are of your highest good. That comes in your third eye vision. And then what happens is that's also the area that's the third eye is where you have these subconscious beliefs and thoughts. And it's a battle in that subconscious mind of which are going to take over, like what's going to win, what's of your highest good, and what your eternal self knows that you can achieve, or what's rolling around in your subconscious mind and that kind of lower vibrational subconscious portion that says you can't do it, right? So you got to get a control of your mind. So the imagination then begets a thought. And that thought can become belief. That's the heart chakra symbol right there. Once your heart believes it, right? So a man thinketh, so is he. And from the abundance of the heart, from the abundance of the heart, the issues of life come from the heart, right? So basically what you create, life comes from the heart. From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. That's in life or death is in the power of the tongue. So whatever is in your heart is going to come out of your mouth. Whatever is in your heart comes out of your mouth. Your mind believes, and then it creates. There's creation here, right? In the third dimensional realm. So if you are in a situation where you are consistently having these thoughts of not being enough, of not having enough, of no way I can get enough, you're in a scarcity mindset. In the church, we would call that a poverty mindset, but I'm going to call it a scarcity mindset because it doesn't matter what resource we're talking about. And we actually learn this as children. You know, we see our classmates and our friends with things, or maybe our parents can't get them for us. We don't understand why, and we dream of having them, but our dreams get crushed. Or we dream of, and we tell people, oh, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be an astronaut, I want to be a firefighter. And then people around us say, nope, you can't do that. Or you come to this realization in you know, your teenage years, in high school maybe, you had counselors or whatever and teachers that told you were too stupid to do something, or you really weren't as good of a student as you needed to be in order to get to where you wanted to go. So maybe you needed to think about something else. And our parents didn't know any better. I mean, and I have realized I've caught myself saying some of these things too to my own children. Oh, I don't know. I only have this amount. I don't get paid until I got to save up for. And I'm not saying that that's not some level of reality, right? Because there is XYZ amount of money in your bank account. I get it. But the scarcity mindset says there's only one way for any additional to come in. The scarcity mindset says I'm going to limit myself to how I bring in or manifest the energy or the frequency of money. And the scarcity mindset focuses on the amount of finite resources I don't have, rather than what either I do have or just simply focusing on what it is that I wish to create. And however it gets created, as long as there's no malicious intent involved, doesn't matter. Now, does it? You can achieve your dream in unconventional ways every day of your life without pause, without issue. You could create that every day of your life, every day. Scarcity mindset then limits us. We have all of this self-doubt. Deep down, we don't believe we can either achieve or have anything more than what we have in our lot in life, even though we won't openly admit that. Like, we won't say that to anybody. You talk to somebody like me, you won't tell me that you don't honestly believe it, because that's not what we should do, right? Especially as light workers, like, oh, no. I can't say that, because if I say that, then that's what's coming true. Let me tell you something, it's already coming true. Doesn't matter if you say it or you don't. Fear. It limits us because it binds us up with fear. Because we don't think we can achieve more, we hold on tightly to what we do have because we don't know when more is coming, because we don't believe we can create it. And then we also suffer through, and we're limited by stagnation. We remain in the same job, in the same house, in the same relationship, in the same life, because we don't believe that we can have anything more. Right? I'm just painting a picture of the status. If this is you, I get it. I'm not upset about it, and there is no condemnation. What I want you to do is recognize it's you, and then let's move forward. Okay? Admitting to it doesn't mean that you're further creating it. Admitting what's going on then allows you to heal it. Now, what is an abundance mindset and how do you get it? An abundance mindset says there are infinite resources and possibilities available. Money is an energy and I attract it. Money flows to me and through me, and it recirculates in my bank account, my multiple bank accounts, my wallet, my business. It flows through. Money, an abundance mindset says I can either get hired by or create my own company. I can get hired by any company or I can create my own. So there's never a finite amount of jobs or abilities, ways to create wealth. My partner exists in this world, and we're finding each other. Notice I didn't say we found each other, because I think sometimes when we do this whole manifestation thing, we're just like, okay, you have to say it as if it's present tense, like it's happened, or past tense, it's already happened. Yeah. But I want you to say what's in past tense in a way that you can believe it. Not where it seems so unachievable. So if I say that if I didn't have already a boyfriend right now, and I say my partner exists in this world and we're finding each other, then we're still actively finding each other. Eventually I'll say, yep, we're coming into each other's lives very soon. Or yep, we'll meet up in person, right? I just know that he's there or she's there, right? There are infinite possibilities and potential for everything. In other words, I am not limited. I am completely limitless in all aspects and all areas of my life. And I choose how I wish to live it. And I don't doubt myself. Okay? What is this abundance mindset? What does abundant mindset thinking look like in operation? And yeah, I put my own face there because I operate this way. You will have endless belief in what you can have or achieve. There is no limit. There is no limit. And it's not that I'm saying, oh, I'm going to be Jeff Bezos or Jeff Bezos' ex-wife one day, or Elon Musk, or Bill Gates. I actually don't want that. But I'm not limited by the resources that are in my bank account right now, or will be in there tomorrow, or next week, or the week after. I'm not limited by that. You will focus on what you do have and know that you can create more. So okay. You will have subconscious thoughts of success that you can't be stopped. I am abundant in every way. Whatever I put my hands to not only turns to gold, it turns to platinum and titanium and vibranium, honey. It is indestructible. It is abundant. It is satisfying. It is 10 of Cups energy. It is self-satisfying, 9 of Cups energy. It is 9 of Pentacles and 10 of Pentacles. It is successful in everything, in every relationship. In relationships that are not healthy for me, we just part ways gracefully without issues. But we part ways. It's okay. I cannot be stopped. I am a divine being. You will believe deep down that your dream life is reality. And every time I have a new one, it comes true. Purposefully having lucid dreams to be in the reality you wish to be in. We'll talk about that some more another time. And you will feel that now, right now, is exactly the right time for you repeatedly. There isn't a moment in time that I don't feel that now is not the time for me to do something. In other words, if it really resonates with my every fiber in my being and I'm guided by my higher self, well, then now is the right time to take that leap. Remember, where faith grows, abundance flows. Keep your vision in front of you. There's never a time that I don't have the faith to believe that I cannot achieve, I cannot do, if it is something that is of my higher good and something I truly want. An abundance mindset then will create abundance, right? Remember, your subconscious, conscious, and heart minds are all working together to create exactly what you're focusing on 24/7, 365. So what does that mean, right? We're going to go back to this creation process. So, a little while ago, I had an imagination, or I had a vision. I felt it drop in my spirit, if you will. That's what we used to say, right? It came to my spirit back in the church. That and I wrote it down over here. I'm looking over here. That I was going to have between 10 or 12 new students come into the Practical Lightworker this month. Actually, the number here is 12. I might as well not shortchange myself. And so that was at the beginning of August. Okay? That was at the beginning of August. So what happens? I end up, August isn't over yet, and we're almost there. We're over halfway there. That thought that's in my mind, and I keep that imagination, and I keep my vision in front of me, and I think about it all the time, not in a bad way. I tell people, this is my goal. This is what we're doing this month. This is what we're doing this month. Can't wait till we do it this month. I'm so excited. Because that's going to feed into some other things. Right? So that is my dream, because my dream for Lightworker Academy is to have multiple courses, multiple teachers, right? That this grows. And eventually we will have some very cool things sooner than later. But that's the goal. That's the dream. That's the vision. And actually, having this vision, I had this vision of having this mystery school 4 or 5 years ago when I started on YouTube. Those of you that were with me, and I don't know, there's hardly any of y'all anymore that were with me since the very beginning. We used to talk about having a mystery school. We used to talk about it. We used to talk about having like a mutant school, School of the Gifted, like an X-Men, and then I was Professor X. And here we are. Right? So that imagination then becomes my thought. So in my conscious mind then, my subconscious mind then, instead of saying, oh, you're not going to have XYZ number of enrollments this month, my subconscious mind now, because it's been bombarded with this, says, nope, yep, you are. This is what we're doing. 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 End of discussion. And so now consciously, that's just where we're at. There's no doubt in my mind this is where we're going. And then that creates faith and belief in my heart. So my heart beats with that frequency of 12 new enrollments by the end of business on August 31st. Okay, this is where we are. And this is what's being created. Y'all want to know, I'm at 7 right now. And you might say, oh, girl, you ain't got but Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Child, that's 4 days. Do you know what can happen in 4 days? I can get 5 more enrollments. And I will. Right? So this is the creation process. There's other things that I've created. I mean, oh my gosh. My car, I manifested my car. Wasn't even thinking about really getting a new car right now. The only thing I really wanted in my next new car, and I kind of wanted a truck, but what I really, really wanted in my next new car was to have heated and cooled seats, because sometimes I have personal summers. You guys know what I'm talking about. Car has heated and cool seats. Had no idea. Manifested it. Didn't even think about it anymore. Sorry, I'm getting text messages. Oh, I thought they were important. Sorry. Just various things throughout my existence. I simply create I have to watch what I think, because what I think will be created immediately. Now, check chat out. I'm checking the chat. It's not all though cardinal energy, right? It is honestly what I believe. It's what I believe. I know a lot of people that aren't triple cardinals like me. I'm a Cancer Sun, Aries Moon, Cap Rising, but that do take the opportunity to attempt it, right? And that they say, "Oh, I got to take action," because they know that they can create at any given moment in time. We learn how to do this and how to think this. Basically, we have to unlearn the child and learn the new, right? So we learn this as we awaken to who we really are. And remember, we see our true self through meditation. You guys always think, "Oh my God, what you want to talk about meditation for?" You know why? Because God darn it, that's when you really get in touch with who you are. Through meditation. Right? So you meditate. You go in your Merkaba and you in your light body, and you go and you achieve and you grow. You begin to practice, you learn this as you awaken, and you practice gratitude, not servitude. I am very grateful for everything that I have here. Extremely grateful. And I thank Spirit all the time. I thank Spirit all the time. And I thank Spirit for my businesses, and they're thriving and everything's going awesome. But I am not a slave to the money coming into my account. I am not a slave to my students. I am not a slave to the businesses. I have gratitude for everything, but I do not serve the need to have the thing, because the thing serves me. It's just something in my life. It brings me, temporal joy or temporal happiness. Right. And I don't serve others to the extent that I will not allow anyone to be codependent upon me and suck out all the life from me. Okay. I will not allow that. Surrounding ourselves with positive energy. When we do all that, our dreams become real. Now, we're going to go through this here. I know that we are kind of separated, right, in physical reality. Pumpkin. However, virtually, we can be in each other's presence. Bear with me 1 second. We can be in each other's presence. Right? So, an abundant mindset releases us as you release your aura. In there already. As you release your abundant mindset, right, it releases you to be self-aware. When our core belief of self becomes that of an infinite being having a finite experience, we realize that everything is at our fingertips and nothing is keeping us from doing anything. When we believe, it releases us to love ourselves. When we believe in who we are and love ourselves in our humanity, we begin to believe that we can have abundance, that we deserve to live in abundance because we love ourselves enough to vibrate at the level of love and light and creation. And we know that our life isn't here to be that of suffering, but it's really here to be that of being spirit-led, whole and healed, peaceful and prosperous. And as we do both of those things, as we are aware that we are an infinite divine being living a finite experience, which means if I'm infinite, I can go grab what I want and put it in here, right? Why not? We get in the flow of energy of life. We get in that flow of the energy of life and creation, of light and love, of neutrality and alchemy, because we begin to know we can just create, right? And it's okay. Whatever we're seeing right here, we're kind of neutral to it. It's cool. We're not attached to the process, but we are focused on the outcome in a positive, non-codependent way. So how it comes to us is not as important. We just know that it's coming. Now, how do you develop an abundant mindset? You shift your perspective on the events as they're happening. So when something happens or someone leaves, or there's a sudden change, and I'm not talking about death. I'm just saying when someone leaves your life, or there's a sudden change, or there's a sudden, maybe, job closes down, or you decide, making certain medical decisions isn't for you, and so you're gonna have to leave. Think of it as an opportunity. Shift your perspective to the fact that it's an opportunity and not a loss. Surround yourself with abundant mindset people. So people who are living at a high vibration, people who are living the life that you want to live, even virtually works. In other words, watch people on YouTube that are living abundant lifestyles, that are living in the lifestyle that you wish, or doing what you wish to do. Okay? Watch people that are of a high frequency and high vibration. If you really want to become a tarot reader, then start watching tarot readers that you really vibe with and immerse yourself in that energy, because they're doing it, especially ones that are doing it full time. Positive people. Watch astrologers, watch people like me, watch, there's so many, right? Get involved in those communities. If you're on Facebook, get involved in those Facebook communities and groups that are good, right? Or if you're on Telegram, find some Telegram groups that are really good, right? You get involved with those peeps and allow that energy, become part of a tribe. Show up for the lives, show up for the premieres, interact, comment, get memberships on people's websites that have communities. Do that so that you can immerse yourself in that positive energy, right? Join the groups that are going to help you with that. Gratitude. What are all the good things in your life? Find at least one good thing in your life every day. Watch what happens, because your vibration gets raised on a regular, consistent basis. Watch what happens to you when you find one good thing every day. Affirm yourself. Do you tell yourself you're worthy? Do you tell yourself you're lovable? Do you tell yourself you're abundant, successful? Do you tell yourself that every day? Because if you don't, you better start affirming yourself today. Start it. Do it. Tell yourself that. Affirm yourself to yourself. Build yourself up. Write your vision. Make it plain. See it. Speak it over yourself every day. Every day. And then finally create. See the positive in every situation. Start affirming, I create win-win situations of my highest good. Your entire being, I should say, your entire being will begin to create. When you say that every situation is for my good, I create win-win situations of my highest good in everything. What happens is, even if it would appear to the outside world to be a loss, you're going to find something good either way, one way or the other in it. A win-win situation. A new door opens. 2 new doors open, and you get to choose which one you want to walk through. But you got to shift that mindset, get control of your mind, surround yourself with this great energy, operate in gratitude, be thankful for everything that you have, and use it to its best ability. Affirm yourself that you are a divine being, that you are creative, that you have great things coming to you, that you attract wonderful things, that you attract abundance, that you are abundant. And abundance energy flows through you, creation energy flows through you at all times, and then begin to create. Create those win-win situations for yourself. It's time to live abundantly. I can guarantee you sometimes you're going to want to scream. But just know that you are going to have to take action. You're going to have to put in the work. Faith without works is dead. But in the end, you will have an amazing life, an abundant life, right? The life you have always dreamed of, far above, beyond even that you could dream or imagine. Guys, I feel like I'm at the little kids table. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. I so very much appreciate each and every one of you. I can't wait to see you again really soon. You know, if I've earned your subscription today, please consider subscribing, liking, and guys, share this video with everyone today. And don't forget, in the description box below, you're going to find a Linktree link. I want you to click on that link, and then you know what I really would love for you to do is book a 15-minute call with me, okay? Let's talk about coming into the Practical Lightworker program. Let's talk about if that makes sense, if that's a good fit for you, what we do, so that you can live abundantly. That's what I'm here for, to help every Lightworker live abundantly in their purpose. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you so very much. Namaste. Bye-bye.